Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Thursday, which means it is, Friday! Dang it, it's Thursday right now! Which means it's time for another Nozz Watches, Nozz Watches The Promised Neverland. Oh boy. In the last episode, Norman died, but probably not, because we never saw a body, and he was surprised with what he saw, but no, he knows what demons look like, and he knows how he's supposed to die, but he looks surprised. So, you know what? I'm assume Norman's gonna come back. And since I don't know how many episodes this is gonna get, I'm assuming it's only getting 12, which means we've got 2 more episodes to go. And I feel like maybe Norman is gonna come back in either this last episode, or maybe we'll get a second season. And that second season, we'll have Norman come back wearing, I don't know, some sort of stupid robot helmet or something. I don't know. Or maybe it turns out Norman was a girl all along. You can never tell. You can never... I don't know. But, yeah, basically, the game is afoot. Ray is about to be shipped out to be killed. And Emma and Ray have been pretending to be depressed the entire time. But now they're ready to put... Now they're ready to go Kaikakudori on this whole shebang. I did say before that it did look like they were starting to be a little bit more like Isabella and the other adults. Like their features and their facial features got a little bit more harder, a little bit more sharp, which is something that you normally only saw with Isabella and to a lesser degree with Mammy. So, hey, maybe they'll get out and they'll realize that they have become just as ruthless as the people that they hate. Who knows? I'm hoping that's how that goes, because I really do like it when you get that kind of duality between the protagonist and antagonist. Parallel lines. But hey, there you go. Let's see what happens, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, and go! It is really late for me right now. But it's gotta be recorded, because it's getting up today. Oh boy, and once again, no stinger, so, well, dicks. So just kind of going into what, like, my hopes are. Now, this isn't, like, a Godul prophecy or anything, but it's basically what I've seen so far and what I'm hoping is going to happen. We've only got 2 episodes, counting this one, before what I'm going to assume is the end of a season. Because nobody has corrected me and said that it's going to be a 24. When I asked that about Shield Hero, people immediately went, nah fam, it's going to be 24. But this one, not so much. So I'm going to assume that we're limited to 12 episodes. So what I'm hoping is, by the end of this, to give us maybe a season 2 hook, maybe, because I'm hoping this show does good enough to get another season, we'll have a thing where Emma and Ray and Norman, if he comes back, maybe they have to make some decisions, and those decisions are, let's say, not quite hypocritical, but kind of against what their values are. Maybe you get, like, this moment of, like, are we being like Isabella? Are we being like the adults? Like, are we any better than them? Like, that's my favorite thing, because, like, in sort of, like, this is basically a coming-of-age story wrapped up in a concentration camp and Great Escape parody. Well, not parody, but riff. And... I mean, it would kind of fit the kind of dire outlook that this show kind of had. Like that face right there, that is the face of a villain. Like, that is the face of a villain right there. Like, but the thing is, like, that's absolutely perfect, because that's the kind of thing that you'd see in a show, and go, and, like, you're just waiting for them to make the correct choice. Do you succumb, and do you be just as bad as people you're fighting, or do you take the high path? Use what you learned and make it better. I'll kill 1,000 Normans before I let these orphans die! Luckily, their depression acted as a sort of shield. Man. I wish depression in real life gave you invisibility. Oh boy. Alright, so give me this 5th dimensional Othello you're playing then. What were Don and Gilda doing? Also, why were there not eyes on Don and Gilda? Is Isabella really that short-sighted to think that maybe she wouldn't have pawns elsewhere? If Isabella hasn't thought of this, then Jesus Christ, Isabella is absolutely stupid. Yeah. It could be guards. You don't know. When I'm being taken out, I'm gonna punch Mom in the knees. Just punch her right through the kneecaps. Sacrifice the babies. Just sacrifice. How are you going to escape with babies? Like... I mean, the guards will be human, if anything, right? Because if any human goes by, they're not going to want to see big demons wearing police helmets. Like, this has got to be something that's really hush-hush, right? Unless they're literally in the middle of nowhere, at which point, where do they go? Oh, damn! I certainly hope nobody gets trapped inside. Burning a house down really does seem like something that maybe is a little bit reckless. Where did you get Molotovs? How do you know how to make those? Did they stash an anarchist cookbook in that library when I wasn't looking? Jesus. I feel like Ray just wants to burn everything down. I think the escape is secondary at this point. I've already doused this entire house in oil. Didn't you smell it? I mean, her leg's still broken. Like her leg is still broken. How are they gonna get babies and a cripple out? Oh no, her leg's fine. Okay, fine. The crutch was for dramatic effect. As you should be, because it's a really stupid idea. Like, seriously, are you just gonna yeet the toddlers over the cliff? Yes, leave the babies! You can't take care of that many babies! I have never seen lighter fuel that looks like that. Like, that's just, that lighter fluid is just a blue liquid. Like every time I've seen, like a lighter fluid or oil, like, it's always been either like, pure, like, clear, but, like, really, like, shiny, or it's been, like, dark colored. I've never seen it blue. Some weird magic oil right there. She wouldn't abandon the babies. That's why I made a gun! Okay, what's your plan? You gonna stay inside the fire? He's gonna stay inside, isn't he? To force her to come in and get him. Weird flex, but okay, Ray. Alright then. This is the greatest high! Christ. Calm down there, Dio. Christ. I feel like maybe Ray's lost it just a tiny bit. Like, he's standing there like a goddamn JoJo villain. This is literally the concentration camp equivalent of you didn't win. This is the equivalent of just... This is the equivalent of throwing yourself off the edge in Smash on a tournament and shouting, "You didn't win!" Like, Jesus, Ray. Ray's the guy who would yeet his controller at someone's head. Everyone's really eager to die in this show. Like, really, really eager to die. It's like they know there's no way out. And that leaving is just gonna cause more problems than it solves. I mean, it does stay true to the Great Escape. In Great Escape, all of the main characters except for Steve McQueen die. And Steve McQueen was just a big, loud, dumb idiot. Because he was the American. And I guess that kind of fits Emma. I swear to God, if she grabs that match. If she grabs that match out the air, that'd be the hypest shit. Just Emma unlocks Ultra Instinct. Look at all these delicious hamburgers. Delicious. Oh, like, they're just keeping us in suspense now. They're just keeping us in suspense. Like, I'm like, just... Oh... Can't do that to me. God damn it. Like, it's really good from a pacing perspective. Like, we don't know what happened and everything seems super calm. But... Christ on a bike, man. Ray comes back as the child on fire. Oh no, we'll have to serve him as jerky. Smells like burnt steak. What the... Just, oh my god. Oh. Happy birthday, blow out your candles! Maybe invoking depression in your hamburger is not the best idea. I don't know. I feel like depressed cows make really bad steak. Listen to this hero music. Listen to this hero music going on now. Like, Jesus. Also, no care for his well-being. Like, no, just let me get the brain, though. Joke's on you, the sprinklers were never intended to work. Way ahead of you, dum-dum. What happened? What happened? She turned off her thing, didn't she? Is her ear gonna be in there? Hey! They did the thing! Go do prophecy. Like, does that count? Does them doing the logical thing count? Yeah, see? Called it and also was correct. Alright, everyone, you're gonna have to speak to my left side. Wait, what? Okay, please explain, because how did they have time to do that? How did they have time to do that? That seemed fairly quick. Like, you can't just grab a match out of the... Oh my god, she actually did. Holy shit, Emma. Gat, do-do-do-do, gat. Christ on a bike, Emma. Like, that's like Danganronpa levels of Ultimate Athlete. Jesus. Sausage. So they put lots of meat there so it would smell like burning flesh. I'ma smack the oil right off you! Seriously though, like... like that... If Emma messed that up... If Emma messed that up, like... Like that would have been rough. Also, like... Wait, what? Oh, so Emma's not being Emma's not... Wait, how did he know he was going to die? Wait, what? Okay, but how did you... Oh, he had the oil under his bed. Oh, that's what that was back then, when we saw the oil underneath his bed. So Norman had this all figured out, but then again, it wouldn't be that hard to do if we just, you know, actually had the sight that the characters do. Is Norman, like, secretly a Joestar or something? Because this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous level of just figuring stuff out. Like, we have gone beyond dimensional stuff in general. Like, we are no longer playing, like, any dimensional shogi. We are playing, like, a shogi that exists outside of time and space. Also, they have a key, so I imagine that key's either to the gate, or it's a way to lock Isabella in the house, maybe? It's a good thing Emma is, like, super agile. Jeez. Like, for a second there, I thought Norman was just popped on back when we weren't looking. Like, we're at a point where, like, they're not telling us things, that it's getting a little annoying. You know? So they've all taken off their ears, right? They've all taken off their ears, right? Oh, it was a copy of the... Yeah, it was a copy of the secret room key. Oh, and she can't call for backup because she broke the wax key. Oh! It wasn't to break in, it was to ruin the lock. That is a hell of a gamble. It's kind of a little bit annoying that so much stuff was hidden from us, like, as an audience. But at the same time, this payoff is just so hype that... Oh... I dislike the idea of lying to the audience or actively obfuscating stuff. But alright then. See, that's good then. Like, having it be so, like, there were secretly people listening. See, that's good. Like, if you've got other characters doing things before, like, other people doing things where the main characters aren't seeing it, that's fine. But having the protagonists talking to each other and we don't get to hear it, that's a little bit sus, you know? I don't know. Like, it's a cool reveal, but still, it's a tiny bit annoying. Like, this bit's so cool. Like, all this set... Like, they could have had us... Like, had it, like, given us this before. You know, like not, like, them talking about maybe telling other kids, but never, like, really coming on it. Or maybe just, like, Don and Gilda... Or what if Don and Gilda came up with the idea themselves? You know? I don't know, like, I feel like lying to the audience is always a bad idea. I don't know, it just feels, like, disingenuous and, like, you didn't earn the twist. Norman's ghost! Oh, no! Ray's just, like... Ray is so confused. He's like, but what? I'm sorry, what? Also, I guess she got the black box out or something. What's that? Is that a radio, or is that... That's a face! I think we broke her. Oh, no. This is what I said before. Dumb babies. Now, logic dictates, leave that kid to die. He had his chance. He beefed it, because he's an idiot. Survival of the fittest. But we all know that this next and final episode is going to be Emma going back to rescue him, isn't it? Emma is going to risk this entire thing for that one dumbass who this entire show has done nothing but be attached to Isabella's butt. Oh my god, dude. Like, seriously, like, that's what's gonna happen. Logically, no. Leave that kid behind. He's dead weight. He has failed as a survivor. Let him get turned into hamburger meat. Let Isabel have that one. But that's not gonna happen because that's not who Emma is. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, so... I'm assuming one more episode left. That feels like we're leading up to a, we're leading up to an ending on that one, and that's, I mean, it's been a little bit bittersweet because this show has actually been pretty hype, but, he's the way the wind blows on that one. But, so I really like this episode. Like, I like this show. I love this show a whole bunch, but, my god, it's running into a problem that a lot of shows that try to be really smart do, in that, at the start, it was really strong, and we were seeing just about everything that the protagonist was seeing. I forgot my glasses cloth in my car. Dang it! Like they're all smudged because I touched them a minute ago. Oh yeah. So the show was really good about showing us everything that the protagonists see. And because the protagonist really didn't understand what was going on, we could be seeing bits and pieces that could be misinterpreted or, you know, completely missed because we weren't looking for it because the protagonists weren't looking for it. You know, that sort of thing is going on. Now, issue becomes, as the protagonist grows smarter, so does the audience because we're learning things at the same time that they are, if not them catching up to us. Eventually they catch up to where we're at the start, and then, you know, we go from there and they start surpassing us. But like, the idea should be to make sure that the audience is caught up with the protagonist at all times. Give us the same information as the protagonist, and even if we're not getting their thought processes all the way, we should have all of the relevant information in order to figure out what's going to happen, right? And I understand that that's something that's difficult to do because it's very easy to spoil everything. Like, if we'd seen that there was lighter fluid underneath Ray's bed, then we could probably make an assumption that he's going to start a fire at some point, right? But, like, you can obfuscate it a little bit, you know? Give us the same visual input that the characters get and let us make our own conclusions, and if our conclusions match up with what is actually the conclusion, then hey, bully for us, we feel smart because we figured it out. And if we don't, then we're surprised. It's like, oh, they took that a place I didn't. Oh, jeez, I didn't expect them to do that. Oh, man. Like, you know, like you have this twin payoff of like, aha, I knew it. I knew it would do that. And then you have, or you have the, oh, no, I never saw that. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, oh, man, I wonder how they're gonna do this. Oh, man. You know, like either way you win. Either way, you have a satisfied viewer. This, though, just kind of feels insulting. It really does, because there's so much going on that we just were not given. And they give us just about everything else. Like, our perception has been essentially glued to Emma, Ray, and Norman. Anything that Emma and Ray and Norman see, well, barring Norman after he gets taken out because, you know, he's dead for all intents and purposes. So anything that Emma, Ray, and Norman see, and just Emma and Ray after Norman is gone, should be something that we see. That conversation they had where they're like, hey, let's tell all the kids. To the best of my recollection, we never saw that. So that conversation was had without us. Oh, sorry, Emma and Norman had about telling all the kids. That's a conversation we never had, so we never get to kind of extrapolate from that and figure out what's going on. We, like, what the other kids are doing, if other kids are doing stuff behind the scenes, that's totally fine. You could have shown us Emma and Norman going, hey, Ray's gonna do something really stupid. Hey, let's get the other kids involved. Like, give us all of that, and maybe make it so Norman doesn't, you know, have Ray's entire plan down from, like, a split second. Like, show us the lighter fluid in one episode, and then, like, 2 episodes later go, have that conversation where it's like, hey, Ray's got a bunch of lighter fluid under his bed. Like, he is probably going to start a fire at some point. And I don't know exactly what he's going to use it for, but I get the feeling he's going to use it out of spite. Which leads us to start figuring out. It leads Emma and Norman to start figuring out. And Emma and Norman can come to the conclusion, hey, on the day before his birthday, he's going to self-immolate himself. And they don't have to tell us that. They can just think it because we don't really get a ton of thought, like inner thoughts from them. We don't. We get surface thoughts at best. So that's fine to hide their thoughts from us, but their speech should not be. So, like, if internally we're like, okay, well, he's doing it out of spite, he'll obviously wait till the last minute, kill himself with fire, and use it as a thing. It's whatever. You know, just, like, kind of drip feed us stuff, so we can make our own conclusions. Like, the stuff with all the kids outside, like Don and Gilda, like, using cup phones to get Mammy to tell them everything. You know, and share it with the other kids so they all hear it from basically the horse's mouth and be like, hey, no, they're actually right, that's legit. Oh man, we are going to be hamburgers. Oh no. And then, like, have some like, you don't have to show us the kids gathering supplies, doing stuff. Maybe have some kids running around, like, doing stuff in the background that you would totally miss on the first way through. And then on the second watch through, you see them running around like there's a kid carrying, like, a big bucket. And you're like, oh my god, the kid was doing the thing with the bucket. Oh my. You know, like, give us stuff like that. Subtlety. Like, and don't hide things from us. You know, like, that's the biggest issue that this show has gained over time. It didn't used to do it, but at the same time, like, we used to be just as in the dark as these kids. But, like, as time's gone on, like we've learned stuff, the kids have learned stuff, to the point where we could probably figure out where this was going. But that should be a strength. Like, making a twist and leading up to a twist when you have an audience that is as well informed as the protagonists, that's a good twist. A twist that happens because the protagonist did something that we just weren't privy to because, hey, the show just decided, hey, yeah, no, you're gonna just come out of the heads of the protagonist for like 5 minutes. Just sit over here in the corner. Like, that's... No, stop. Stop it. Like, it's just an undeserved twist, and I hate it. It's my absolute biggest pet peeve when it comes to twists. If you're gonna have a twist, have the twist be something that, like, we couldn't see coming. Have it hinted at, but have it something that we can't see coming. Like, which usually does mean that the twist has to be at the hands of the antagonist. You know, it's like... I really don't want to use Shyamalan for a comparison, but I have to because this is the one that floats to the top of my head. God damn it. So in The Sixth Sense, spoilers for Sixth Sense. You haven't seen it yet. It's been like a decade. What's wrong with you? Bruce Willis is dead the entire time. Now, Bruce Willis being dead the entire time, on first watch through, and this is when I first watched it, like, this might have been completely obvious to people, but hey, I was younger at the time, so hey. On first watch through, Bruce Willis being dead the entire time comes as like a, whoa, what? Nani? But then, as you're going, but then you go think back on the movie, and you look at stuff, and you're like, nobody actually directly interacted with Bruce Willis. Anytime someone has the appearance of interacting with Bruce Willis, there is always someone else that functionally works in context of the conversation as being addressed. No one ever actually responds to him. They have the illusion of it by word choice and just the serendipity. And there's also other stuff that kind of leads into it, like the fact the kid says that he can see dead people, and he's like the only person that interacts with Bruce Willis directly. There's the opening where like Bruce Willis gets shot a bunch of times. You know, there's the fact that like his wife is very, very weirdly distant, like to like an extreme distance. Like, you know, there's like lots of little stuff in there that like. Yeah, on second thought, yeah, no, that actually does extremely point towards it. But the thing is, none of that stuff was hidden from the audience. That stuff was out there, blatant, and the audience just, if you picked up on it and you guessed it, then hey, neato. You guessed the twist, and you get that feeling of, yeah, I knew it, yeah. But if you did not get the twist, you get that moment of like, yo, what? Bruce Willis was dead the entire time? Yo, what? What? Like, you know, you just, It's a problem. But other than that, though, this was pretty hype. I'm gonna say that. Like, you still had the hype. The twist was still pretty hype, but the hype gets dialed down from the fact that they really did not earn it, because they were actively hiding stuff from us instead of kind of like slipping things out in plain sight, you know? Like, this show has been very, very good at being subtle and being about people thinking their way around each other. But over the last couple episodes, it's kind of fallen off a bit and just kind of become cheating. Just kind of become narrative cheating for the sake of making it easier to write. And easier to animate, I imagine. And that's not good. That is a hard drop-off that's hard to come back from. I still really like this show, but most of what I like this show for is stuff that's already past. Like, I can appreciate, like, all this, like, subterfuge and all that, but I feel like I would appreciate it more if I was there for it, you know? Instead of it just coming back around and be like, oh yeah, look, we did all this subterfuge when no one was looking. Yeah, like, don't you feel good, viewer? Look at the twist. It's like, no, I really don't feel good about that twist, because you could have let me in on it. Or, like, you know, show me a little bit here and there, you know, show some ankle there, girl, you know, like, come on. Come on, that's lazy. Be lazy. Don't be lazy. Stop it. Get some help. Music's still really good. Cinematography's still really good. I was right about the ear cutting thing. Does that count as a god prophecy, or is that just logic? I'm gonna say there's a god prophecy. Yeet. Nah. Good show. Okay episode. Really stopped being a thing, really stopped being a thing where, like, the audience is made to think. Really, it stopped being that, like, this episode, I think. Unless, like, in the next episode, like, it turns back around and it lets you think again. Like, I feel like they've thrown kind of the baby out with the bathwater a little bit. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this down there in the comments. Whether you agree with me on that, you disagree with me, or you want to bring up something I've omitted, because I don't think I have, but hey, maybe I did. I don't know. And let me know down in the comments, how would you run this plan? How would you do it in a way so that the twist still happens, but the audience has a chance to kind of get the idea going? How would you do it? Or would you avoid the twist altogether and just have it set out like a plan and just have the Great Escape theme playing in the background? I don't know, you could do that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share on social media, tell your friends, hit that share button, because that helps a whole bunch. Get these videos in people's eyeballs. Just get it in, just jam it in there, using that little arrow down there. And down there in the description, you can find a link to my Discord channel, Discord server, that anyone can join. But on that server, there is a channel that is just for patrons only. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you can get access to that channel, and is there you can recommend things to be Let's Played, reacted to, live streamed, whatever. And there's also our patrons only movie night. That I honestly do not know if I can do it. I haven't doing it in March. Potentially no, because I'm moving like really soon. And my schedule has been kind of exploding this entire month. So I will keep people posted on the Discord about what's going on with it. If we do it, it'll probably be this Saturday. And if not, then we'll just do 2 in April, because that's my birthday month. So we could do 1 like there, and then we could do 1 on my birthday. Yeah. Unless my birthday happens on a Tuesday, in which I probably have, like, class all day. But hey, that's fine. We can do it the weekend of my birthday, whatever. Anyway, yeah. And everybody, as always, I am Nozz, and I'll see you in the next video. But most importantly, will become a trash mammal today. I will see you a round.